Hello, my name is Jerry and I created a local desktop assistant. First, let's go over the problems and use cases. The first problem is that the average person uses an AI chatbot like ChatGPT, but that tool doesn't have capabilities for vector search of personal files. As a result, students don't have a way to vector search through their notebooks, and professionals can't search through their legal documents. Not only that, but AI tools like Gemini can't interact with your personal computer. For example, you can go to the Gemini website and send in your homework documents, and it can respond with the file with the answers. But what if we're able to have a personal assistant who we just tell, go do my homework, then it opens Chrome, goes to whatever website like WebCourses, gets the homework files, creates the answers, then submits them. The reason this is not a reality is because large language models don't have a good way to interact with a personal computer. We're going to see how my project solves these problems. So I have my assistant open here and its UI is just a basic chatbot. But let's go over some buttons. Here is the conversation mode button, which just makes the responses shorter, so it's like you're talking to a person. And here's the mic button, which picks up your voice and automatically sends it to the chat. Here's the speaker button, which allows the model to speak back to you. Here is the context button, which takes in PDFs as context for the chat. And here's the button that allows the model to interact with the computer. First, let's go over the context button. I have some PDFs prepared, and these are real documents from an online tutoring company with complicated formatting. So let's just drag these files inside, and the vector embeddings are automatically created and saved. So we can exit out of that. Now let's ask the chat something related to the role. Let's say, uh, can you tell me how tutors are compensated? And it might take a while because the context increases the prompt size a lot. And it says tutors are paid a session rate based on their subject, whether they're in session or waiting. So we can see that its response was based on the context from the files. And I'm just going to clear the chat. Now let's turn on the computer button here. Now let's say something like, can you turn my system theme into light theme? So right now it's reading the message and determining which function call to choose. And it says it changed the system to light theme. So I'm going to open a website and yes, it did change it to light theme. When Olama provides vision input for the Gemma 3N models, then this interaction with the computer will become increasingly powerful. Now let's look at the microphone and speaker button. And just so the model doesn't talk forever, I'm also going to enable this conversation mode. Hello, how are you?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking.
And we can also use this with the computer button. Can you turn my system theme to light? My project is a step forward in allowing large language models to interact with personal computers. When Olama releases audio input capability for this model, then the model can see our screen and then we can build a application that mimics real agent behavior. Thank you for listening.